You might remember me from a video around Christmas time when I was wrapping all sorts of presents for various members of my family and certain friends and people I hadn't really met or had any interaction with, neighbours, people on the street, that kind of thing. Anyway, that was a while ago now, so I thought I would check in, and one of the things that I've seen that is quite popular that people are doing these days is a shoe collection video in which people go through their shoe collections and just show them to you, and then you look at them, and you probably get about 1 million views off of that. That'd be quite good, wouldn't it? So anyway, I thought that I would show you my shoe collection. Yeah, I'll get the first shoe, and it's this shoe, which eagle-eyed viewers might remember as being a returned, rejected Christmas present from my former best friend, Steve. I went to all the trouble of wrapping this shoe for him after he had lost one of his shoes in the street. I think he sneezed quite hard and it had fallen off or something. And I knew he was a shoe down, so I got him this replacement shoe, and in fairness it is entirely the wrong size. I think this is a girl's shoe size, 4, and he's got men's feet size 12 or 13, I think, so fair enough, he didn't want it. So he rejected it, he gave it back to me, which, to be honest, was just the last straw for his and my friendship. I thought that I would reach out to him. We'd been having some communications difficulties, and I thought that I could, as a nice gesture, get him a replacement shoe for the one that he'd lost. But his spurning of the gesture has led to basically an irreconcilable situation, and now we haven't spoken to each other since Christmas. So, but anyway, this shoe is, well, it's red, obviously. It's a red, it's a Converse shoe, and funny enough, with Steve, I have a bit of history of giving him presents that it turns out that he's already got. I bought him a book that he had been after for a long time, but it turns out that he'd already got it, and I bought him a nice collectible coin that it turns out that he's already got that as well. And then I got this shoe, and so actually I now have outside of a shoe collection, another collection of gifts that I bought for Steve that Steve already had or has rejected, and this is the topper, as it were, the low topper. There we go. Well, that's a nice sound, isn't it? I didn't realise that canvas was so good for tapping. Very nice. Anyway, so I was doing some Wikipediaing, and I looked up the history of this shoe, and it turns out that it's quite a rare shoe. If you remember from the wrapping the presents video, I just found this on the street. It's not my shoe. Someone else must have just sneezed or taken their shoes off and taken one of their shoes off and just left it there. And I managed to get hold of it from the street. I say street, it was a park. Thinking about it now, there were people running in the park with their shoes off. Might have just been someone's shoe that I've stolen. And I know what you're thinking, running around in a park without their shoes on. But it was nearly Christmas, and it was. Global warming. It was extremely mild, very clement weather this last Christmas. Anyway, so I was on Wikipedia, and it turns out that well, I got a bit of the history of the company, of Converse, and this shoe is called the Chuck. It's a low top, and it's called the Chuck, and that's after Chuck Berry, the guitarist, the rock and roll guitarist from the past. Johnny Be Good was one of his songs, and if you remember, that was written for the film Back to the Future Part 1, which Marty McFly wears Converse in that. They're black though, not red like these ones. And these are in fact, I don't know if you can see the label, but they are product red, which means they're for AIDS, I think. They're in support of AIDS, or they're against AIDS, I can't remember, but it's some charity organisation. So these they're quite a limited edition, which is they're not in the best condition. You know, they're quite worn on the sole, but I say I've just got the one. Maybe one day in the future I'll get another one to match my, you know, it's always better to have a pair, even though I'm, again, not a woman's size 4 shoe. I'm a man's size, I think I'm 9 or 10 or 8 or some higher number. But yeah, so that's the first shoe in my collection, and a little bit of information about that. And actually, that's my entire shoe collection. I've just got. That's the only shoe that I've collected. You know, everyone's got to start somewhere, don't they? So that's where I have started, and I hope to build up a fairly impressive collection of shoes. And once I've done that, maybe we have Doc Martens or something. Once I've done that, be sure to check back for another whirlwind tour of my shoe collection. Bye for now. Thank you very much for watching my video. If you liked it, please be sure to subscribe. And if you really liked it, why not check out my Patreon? Thanks.